Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and well, and welcome back to your next English class. You know me very well. This is your Nupur ma'am, right? So without delaying our time, I will start today's class. As I have told you about the first unit test in the last video, and there was inclusion on of one another chapter, So first chapter from literature, from NCERT book, The Ant and the Cricket. You know this poem already. You have learned in previous practice test, and already you have given your first exam. So you know very well the pattern of the question right now, and how the process is going on. So I just want to tell about the chapters today. It is a revision class, so I want to give you just reminder about the chapters. I hope you remembered The Ant and the Cricket. I hope you remember about this poem. Already you have given the exam on this chapter, means on this poem. And these are the, first of all, this is one fable. You know very well what is fable, and it was described inside the video whenever I gave the lecture on this poem. What is a fable and why this is a fable? So you have to remember this also. Okay, what is a fable and why this poem is a fable, first of all. Second of all, you have to remember both characters, ant and the cricket. There you can see both characters. One character is ant, one character is cricket, and you saw the both characters are just different from each other. The ant, who was very sincere about his future, who stored foods and all for the future, and he is very sincere, he was serious. But wherever you saw the ant, he was very lazy and he was not serious about his future. He was just crazy, he used to sing all the day. He used to dance all the day. He used to play all the day, and he used to just fun all the day of his summer. And whenever winter came, he saw there was no shelter, there was no food inside his cupboard. So he was feeling very starvation, and he was in starvation. He was feeling very just surprised at what he should do, and he was feeling very lonely on that moment. He was just puzzled on that moment. Okay, so on that moment he just thought that he would borrow some food from the ant, borrow something from wood ant, and whenever he the time will spend, and he will just give it back to him. But you saw inside the poem, when this insect, this cricket went to ant, how ant reacted at, and what was the line ant told to him, and you saw at the end of the poem what happened. So you remember about the summary of the poem, and definitely you have to remember what is fable. Okay, so you have to remember this, and why this poem is fable. You have to discuss this all. Okay, and the question answer already have given the exam on this poem. So you have seen the question answer, means MCQ from this poem, and short questions means 2 marks, 3 marks question you have seen. And one another thing I told yesterday also, still today I am telling, if you saw that there is some less time, okay, whenever you will give your exam, so just give your answers into the point. Okay, make it point basis, and at least 20 words should be there. Okay, 2 marks question, 3 marks question, at least 20 words at least should be there. If you can't write those 20 words, just write the answers in point basis. Okay, but please complete 1 or 2 sentences. Okay, in the last video also I told this line, so I hope you remember. And the second chapter another chapter from Living English Book, chapter 1, a work of art, and from this chapter only, section 1, Finding My Way. This chapter is there for your exam, right? So this is your chapter, Finding My Way. You can see section 1. What about, this is one art, about this art it was given. And you can see there how it was described, and who told this. And it was made popular by Jangar Singh and Jangar nephew Venkat Raman Singh. Shyam is also a famous con artist. Okay, and in this extract from the autobiography Finding My Way, co-written with S. Anand. So you can see, and I hope you remember the story inside. It is autobiography. And please listen another basic thing. Please read these all meanings, please. Okay, and all words and all meanings. And you can see who was Kabi and Vasudeva. Okay, there are so many words, you have to read this all. Okay, I hope you remember about the story. I did not learn from school and books. Venkat Raman Singh, Sam is telling. And I fished in the river, and what he just did in his childhood. Okay, how he came to this famous work. And so it was inside the chapter. Please read this chapter again if you can't remember. So saw my previous videos on this chapter, wherever I have discussed about the chapter, and I have discussed all the lines. Okay, you will get this explanation. And here you can see what kind of how he began drawing, and what kind of drawing he did in his childhood, and how he became famous, and so many things you will get inside the chapter. And what was the rules to understand in the school the ability of a child. It was given here. Okay, so there are so many meanings also. So please read this all. And I hope I told you the last video that do this question answer and send me in the comment box. So in the WhatsApp class, in the Zoom class, I will ask you this question. So please prepare this question with you. And whenever you will sit down in the Zoom class, please take this question answer with you. Okay, this is your work. And I hope you remember Venkat was named by his grandmother Parsadi Lalviki, Uncle Jawahar Lalviki, Uncle Jangar Singh, Shyam, or mother Himalaya Bai. So what should be the answer? Okay, inside the chapter you will get in, and from the inside the first paragraph you will get this all. Okay, next question. Venkat compares Vasudeva's song to the Palace flowers because he was attracted to both. Vasudeva was beautiful like the flowers. Both showed off their beauty. Vasudeva and the flowers were a common sight. Okay. Next, the principal laughed when the young Venkat touched his ears because he thought the boy was being silly. Found the boy to be the right age for school. Was amused by the boy's smartness. Was happy because the boy was eager for school. What should be the answer? You will get this answer in this paragraph, in this line here. When father sought to put me in school, the principal wasn't sure I was old enough. Age was determined by the child's ability to touch his left ear by taking his right hand over his head. I understood, but I held my ear the easy way. The principal laughed. He saw I was smart, but to be safe, changed my date of birth from 2nd December 1970 to 28 October 1970, making me older and thus eligible. I have 2 birthdays now. So now you get the answer, I hope. Thought the boy was being silly. Found the boy to be the right age for school. Was amused by the boy's smartness. Was happy because the boy was eager for school. Okay. Next. Jangar was impressed with Venkat as a young boy because he could see the silver towel, drew original patterns instead of filling in Jangar's paintings, drew patterns that looked like cracked earth, not dots and lines, sung along folk songs to Jangar's music. So you will get the answers inside the chapter. Whenever I told you that the explanation of the story. On that moment I told you this. I hope you have done this. Next, some questions are there. I have two birthdays. Who is I? I means you can understand why does a person have two birthdays, and why does a person have two birthdays. As you can see, I have come to owe a huge debt to black. What does debt mean here? How did drawing in black help Venkat? Okay, so I hope you can do it. Please do it by yourself. Okay, please do it by yourself. I will ask you in the Zoom apps, Zoom class, or you can send me in the comment box. These are very easy questions. There is a line, as you can see, I have come to owe a huge debt to black. Next, my roots are with me. Today I find them everywhere, my roots. This is also another line. What does roots mean here? Tradition and inheritance, or roots of plants used for colors. Roots also help plants draw nutrition for a soil. They also give life. What else does Venkat mean by roots here? What does he mean by today I find them everywhere? If you can't grind masala well, how can you hold a brush and paint? What kind of paste did Jangar want from his assistant, and why? I hope you remember. What do you think grinding masala has to do with learning art? So please write these answers by yourself and send me in the comment box, or you can tell me in the Zoom class also. Okay, this is your work. You have to do this, and there are some other questions. So please write these questions and write the answers, and please let me know. Okay, so this is your work. Please do it. This is your revision chapter, so I hope you can do it, and please send me. Okay, so wait for the next video, and thank you so much. Have a nice day.